This is the TNA Wrestling March 28, 2024 full show results video, and the show started with an 8-4-1 match which happened between Havoc, Masha Slamovich, Jody Threat and Alicia Edwards vs Rosemary, Zaya Brookside, Danny Luna and Ash by Elegance. Iceman introduces Ash by Elegance, but she has a head wrap and an ice pack on her lips. Iceman announces she is recovering from her lip filler. As a result, she will be replaced by the returning Steph DeLander. The action breaks down until it comes down to Luna and Masha again. Luna catches Masha in a roll-up to win it for her team. Now, it's between Rosemary vs Zaya Brookside vs Danny Luna vs Steph DeLander, and Masha was so angry, and she takes out Luna in a fit of rage. Zaya is bumped off the apron and onto Ash, who flips out about her lips possibly being ruined from the physicality. Ash suddenly gets up and throws Zaya into the ring post and the referee then ejects Ash and Iceman. Rosemary rises up in the ring but it's hit with radio silence by a returning Matt Cardona. Steph DeLander hits her with a TKO for the pinfall, and become the #1 contender for the Knockout World Championship at Rebellion. Outside, Macklin and the Rascals argue and split before Macklin bumps into Sabin and they share words to set up the main event. In the locker room, Sabin and Shelley appear to disagree over their approach to handling business lately. Backstage, ABC reflects on their recent rough times and Ace doesn't think they should have been in the X Division scramble last week because Ace wants to focus on the tag titles. Bay says they can chase multiple titles, but Ace wants them to stay focused. Bay says he'll find Kazarian and settle their business. GYV cuts a promo in the ring until Diener interrupts and they spar until a handicap match starts between GYV vs Diener, and the result of this match was GYV defeated Diener by pinfall when Drake chokes Diener on the apron while the referee is turned around. GYV hits Grit Your Teeth and Drake covers for the win. Gia Miller speaks to Nick Namath backstage following up on the system's threats last week. Alex Shelley interrupts and shares that he knows the system. Shelley wishes him luck, so Namath says he'll defend the world title against him after Rebellion and Shelley asks why to wait and they shake on it. Alexander is excited to be in Philly and has been granted an open contract for a match tonight. He calls out Hammerstone to fight him tonight to settle the score. No one comes out and Josh says he's scared. Suddenly, Tracy Williams comes out with a mic and Tracy calls himself one of the best in the world and he's been waiting for his opportunity in TNA and he wants to fight. Then we saw a match between Josh Alexander vs Tracy Williams, and the result of this match was Josh Alexander defeated Tracy Williams by pinfall when Josh hit a backbreaker but Tracy continued to fight back. In the end, Josh pulls out the C4 spike for the win. The crowd gives them a standing O as they shake hands and raise each other's arms. Hammerstone suddenly attacks from behind and launches Josh with a belly-to-belly. He takes Josh's headgear and straps it on Tracy before applying the torture rack. Hammerstone stands tall to send a message. Mustafa Ali reveals his PWI cover to Santino backstage. Ali then expresses that he doesn't believe Jake something is qualified for a title shot because he wants there to be limits. Rhino walks up behind Ali as he's trash-talking and Rhino requests an old-school rules match next week and Santino books it. The next match happened between Eddie Edwards vs Mike Bailey, and the result of this match was Eddie Edwards defeated Mike Bailey by pinfall when Bailey went for Ultimo Weapon, but Eddie rolled away with an assist from Alicia, then Eddie hit Boston Knee Party for the win. Kazarian cuts a promo backstage addressing Eric Young and Full Metal Mayhem and Chris Bay walks up to officially challenge him. Rich Swann and AJ Francis are in the ring to address Swann's shocking change of heart. 2 weeks ago, Swann betrayed Joe Hendry to join forces with Francis and Francis refers to this new duo as First Class and says that Swann has seen the light. Swann says that Francis was there for him and wanted to take him to new heights and Swann explains that Hendry stole a victory from him in the tag team competition and stole his spotlight. Swann reminds us that he won the TNA World Championship in an empty building during the pandemic, which means that he's never needed the support of the fans and Francis signs off with the catchphrase, "If you're not in first class, you're last." Tom Hannafan conducts a sit-down interview with Laredo Kid to learn more about his upbringing in professional wrestling and Luchader's background. Kid was set to challenge Crazy Steve for the Digital Media Championship at Sacrifice but was unable to compete due to travel issues. Laredo Kid will have another opportunity and send a message to Steve that he's coming for his title. In the main event of the show, we saw a match between Steve Macklin vs Chris Sabin, and the result of this match was Steve Macklin defeated Chris Sabin by pinfall when Macklin hit Kia finishing move for the win, and the show goes off the air.